was fun.
Mania.
That the thing that was so surprising about his outfit, the canvas that was on his costume, it canvas burned my whole head. There's a big old scab on my nose for a long time. But yeah, that was fun. He was great in the ring, and what a
Right.
phenomenal to see somebody of that mass move, you know, and yeah, it was an honor to be stink faced by him. He was good. He was good. But yeah, I had a big old canvas burned nose for quite a while.
Wow.
They were there as a tag team. They were quite the technicians and everything as well, and that was great, and huge, you know, to them for letting me, you know, a girl putting him through a table and everything. That was huge.
When the office came to you for that idea, I mean, were you for that or?
Huge. Yeah, I was just hoping it could, and that was when I jumped off the top rope and put him through. I mean, that was a huge move for a girl. I was so happy to have gotten that and did it, and it came off, and it hurt like hell. You know, it wasn't hard to sell it. I was glad you sold it, and everything was like, it wasn't hard to sell.
Yeah.
That was really neat, and a great memory of Trish. She was backstage, and she had watched, and she came and she caught my hand. She goes, "You got to see the replay of this," and so she was excited. It was a very nice memory of her.
What about Bubba? A lot of people say he was a bully. Do you see him as a locker room bully?
Oh yeah, he was. Yeah, he was definitely. He was. I mean, he was stern. I think he had a very firm picture of what he wanted to have happen out there, and he was going to make it happen. So I didn't have too much outside of that, but yeah, he was a visionary. He was going to make sure that it was done.
Right.
You know.
His way.
Yeah, and which I wasn't highly sensitive to that. You know, I mean, he needed to have that done. I was really happy that these guys were all working with me, and I mean, with Bubba being like that or whatever. I remember when X-Pac gave me the spin kick, and that was a huge deal to get that played on SmackDown, even because a guy was hitting a girl, and I remember Vince went to bat for that because they loved the bump
Right.
that I took, and that was when I really felt alive. I felt that that's how I could best contribute, you know, as a character there, was to be able to take, you know, bumps from the guys because it's what I liked, and to take a bump, I didn't have any fear of taking the bump, you know, orchestrating full on diva matches, and my body size being so much different, you know, the only gal body size wise that was compatible to my height and everything was China, and she's beautiful. It would have been great to be in the ring with her, but we never made it there. You know, my shoulder happened, and then...
I was going to ask you about that. How did that exactly happen?
That happened...
That was the torn labrum?
Yeah, that was the night before King of the Ring. We were at Madison Square Garden, so it was Bubba was going to put me through the table the next night at King of the Ring, and Hunter, I can't remember who, it was Rock and Hunter, and we were all... No, it was the Dudleys. I don't know who was at Madison Square Garden, but it wasn't a televised event. And I was coming in to make the save. Yeah, it was with the Dudleys, and I was coming in to hit somebody, and since I had dislocated once before, and I had anchors in my shoulder already, then I went to go hit on the back, and I hit from this point of view, and I dislocated out the other way, and I tore the old anchors out. At that moment in time, it didn't hurt anywhere near as bad as the first time, but I knew I did it, and I popped it back in, but it was so torn because the titanium anchors pulled out, so it took bone with it.
Wow.
When it went, and then the next night was King of the Ring, and so the match I stayed in. I got in for just a brief moment, and I was kicking Devon, and then went through the table, and that's when I sold the shoulder, as if it happened that moment. But most people watching the match, I read on the internet, they knew that I was hurt before I got in there. Mm-hmm. And Bubba took great care of me, and Stephanie was there, and they liked the way I sold it because they all thought that I really hurt it again at the ring. So I was like, wow, I even got those guys going. So it was neat, but that was a real bummer time to get hurt because there was just so much fun going, and that's when you know, then Lita and Trish really took off after that, and it was hard to come back in then without a storyline, but I got to work with Raven, and that was good.